today I'm going to show you how to crochet this adorable just-in-time for spring leaf drawstring slash belt that you can use for a ton of different projects. I'm using this little double leaf drawstring as a crisscross closure to this top right here, but you can use it for many different things. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. We do a lot of lives on Sundays, walking through different techniques and answering questions, and we'd love for you to join us. Also in the comments, let us know what you're most excited to make for spring. All right, let's dive right into it. So for this particular project, we are going to be doing a two-pronged little belt. I'm calling it a belt. It could also be a drawstring, whatever you want to call it, or a chain, because it technically is just a chain. But what you want to keep in mind is that each of those leaves, so here's another example. I'll show you this one here. This one's a little bit different. So the overall makeup of the leaf really just consists of crocheting multiple sizes of stitches into 10 stitches. That is it. Now, it does require you to have knowledge of all the US term stitches, which is actually a really cool way for you to practice those stitches that may be giving you a little bit of headaches right now. So we're going to be using single crochet, double, treble, half double. So we're going to be doing a lot of our stitches. So to start, the first thing you'll want to decide is if you want to have a leaf on two ends or on just one end. So for this particular project, I'm just using this. This is a little iPod. This is a little ear pod holder I made. So I just did a crochet and finished the end with the leaf all in the same yarn without having to cut the yarn. So you could do this with one single leaf, but the sample that I showed you at the very beginning, that is with two. So we're going to start with a leaf. We're going to chain the length of the chain that you need for your project, and then we'll finish with a leaf as well. So to start our leaf, we're going to start by doing a slip knot. I just wrap it around my fingers until I have two posts right here. I go under and I pull it, and then I just tighten it up. There we go. So there's our slip knot. So after we do our slip knot, we are going to chain 10. All right, and after you chain 10, we're going to start, and I'm going to put up here on the screen what the pattern is, because it's a very easy repeat that we'll do on both sides. So this, I love seeing the patterns placed on the screen because I'm very visual, so I'm going to do that right here for you. But essentially, this is going to be a single crochet, double crochet, 4 treble crochets, double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. It's not as complicated as it seems. So let's go ahead and start. So we have this first little chain here. We're going to start here on the second chain space. So we're going to place our needle in, and then we are going to come through and do a single crochet. Next, we're going to do a double crochet. So to double crochet, we're just going to yarn over, and we're going to find that next stitch just right here. Okay. Pull the yarn through, and we're doing a double. So you'll have 3 loops on your hook right here, and we're going to go through the first 2, yarn over, and pull through. So that's our double. Now we're going to do 4 treble crochets in a row. So each are going to go in their own stitches. So these are all in US terms, just to clarify. So to do a treble, you're just going to wrap once and wrap twice, also known as yarn over. So we're going to yarn over twice. And then we're going to come back down to the next stitch, pull it through, and we're going to go through the first 2 loops, yarn over, second 2 loops, yarn over, and the last one. So that is our first treble crochet, and we're going to do this 3 more times. All right, so we have single, we have our double, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 trebles. So after we do our 4 trebles, the next step is going to be to do another double. So yarn over once, place it in the chain. Okay, and then we are going to do a half double. So a half double is the first time we're doing one. You're going to yarn over like you would for a double, go into your chain, and then this time you're actually going to pull through all 3, and that is our half double. So now that we've done that, we're going to finish off this side with doing a single crochet in the last chain right here. So we're just going to pull that through and finish There we go, and finish that off. So this is the right side of our leaf complete. Now, if you wanted to create a point of some kind at the end here, you could do a fun stitch called a picot stitch, which if you've ever seen this, you may say, oh my gosh, what's a picot stitch? I can barely even do a treble crochet. Listen, I was right there with you. So a picot stitch is chain 3, and then you just do a slip stitch into the first chain. Sounds complicated, but it really isn't. So we'll do that just to show you what it looks like. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then now we're gonna go to the base chain here. We're gonna put that in. Oops. I'm gonna just put it in through there. And then pull that right through. Again, that piece is optional, but it will give you a little bit more of a point at the end. If you don't do that, you'll end up with a leaf that kind of looks more like this, which is okay. It kind of looks like a teardrop, but if I would have put that picot stitch here, it would have given it a little bit more of a point. So just, that's the why behind it. All right, so now that we've done that, guess what? We're ready to go to the next side. And we're gonna find that same space that we put the last single crochet in. You can see that right here. We're gonna go in and we're gonna do another single crochet. And essentially we're gonna be repeating the pattern. Now, one thing I didn't mention when we first started, which I should have, I leave kind of a longer tail for this at the beginning since I'm doing 2 leaves. And the reason being is I like to add this little detail in the center just to kind of give it, you know, a leaf ribbing. And in order to do this with this particular pattern, I just leave this long tail. And then when we're done, we'll come back through and we'll do a slip stitch down the middle of the leaf. So don't work that in, even though I know you probably want to because it's just hanging out, but we're just gonna let that hang until we're done. So we just did our single crochet in this stitch here. Now we're gonna do our half double crochet. So we're gonna come into this stitch, and remember, pull through all 3. Then we're going to do 4 treble crochets in a row. Okay, so that's our 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna end this right side with 1 more double crochet and a single crochet. So yarn over into that next stitch. Okay, double crochet, and then into our final stitch right there, we're going to do a single crochet. So there's our first leaf. Now, if you were just making standalone leaves, you would just slip stitch down the center vein to create that leafy vein look, but we're not because we're creating a chain or a belt or a drawstring. So what I'm gonna do from here is now I'm just gonna start chaining the length that I need. So however long you need your chain to be, just go ahead and chain. Let's try doing 30. Okay, I like that. All right, now here's the kicker though. So I just chained 30 because that's going to be the length of my chain that I want for my little drawstring, but we need to chain an additional 10 because we're going to create that extra leaf down here. And everything is going to be done exactly like we did when we first started. There is our leaf. Now we're almost done. You could snip your yarn and hide your tail if you were done at this point. You could also, again, add a picot stitch if you wanted to add a little bit more of a point here. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do slip stitches down the center, as I mentioned before. So I'm just going to pull through. Then it's not really perfect. You're just kind of following the line, the natural line of the leaf here. So where that line is, you're just gonna pull your yarn through, and then we get back to the beginning here. So now we can go ahead and snip our yarn, pull that through, and then we'll hide our little tail in the middle of the leaf. And just like in real life, your leaves might look all a little bit different depending on how you stitch the center together. And I'm totally fine with that. I love how unique they are. So again, if you like how raw this looks in the center, you could leave it the way it is, but I am going to come back through here and do the same thing we just did. And I'm just gonna slip stitch down the center. Here is the side that we did first that has the picot stitch that gives us a little bit more of a pointed edge. Here is the side that we did second, so it doesn't have a pointed edge, but you can decide which method you like best. And then you can really use this for whatever you want. I mean, you could make, have a bracelet, phone charm, whatever your heart desires, but just in time for spring, you can now make a ton of leaves. So many different possibilities with this project. Let me know what you think. And until next time, everybody, see ya!